I rushed back to my compound, a place I knew would offer me safety. There was no time to waste. I was hiding a secret. I had been bitten. It's always the neck. There was but one course left to take. I was doomed to die regardless, so there was nothing to lose in trying the strange, untested stuff on myself that I found previously. Please, 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 please. Bandage. You can do it. Yes, nice. All that remained was to wait, yet I could not sit idly by doing nothing. With no food left, I was forced to search for scraps, and so I did. So I haven't been in this side of this building. Be careful around this place. That's what I was looking for. Once I had enough to eat, I decided to rest for a while. I grabbed a few books and went to my room hoping rest would restore my strength more swiftly. How am I doing? Not bad, not bad. The pain was immense, unbearable without painkillers. I could barely sleep. Let's see what tomorrow will show us. I think I'm still not infected. And yes, I know my decisions don't always make sense. Despite everything, I went back to the same place the very next morning. I needed to know, had it been worth risking my life? Hobos still roamed the area, but I dealt with them and ventured deeper in the abandoned apartments. Yeah, only a few zombies in the area, I can deal with that. What a grave mistake it was to gamble my life for this. Did I just waste my time? To deal with this emotional damage, I decided to cause some physical damage to a random survivor. Knowing I was near the luxury houses street, I wiped the tears from my face and by chance found a trailer. With it, I went to look for anything I could borrow. Clearly, luck was not on my side these days. Crying like a little bitch, I drove back home. While driving, I noticed another trailer, a smaller one, so I turned around and continued my previous mission. I arrived at the first house. Local hobos were waiting for me. They weren't going to give up their territory so easily. Being a supreme being, I dealt with them easily. I began taking stuff, but my greed was at its peak. I even began stealing floors and carpets. What kind of person have I become? Oh look, a new companion. Can I take the railings? Anyways, back to the floor. And on to the next house. The owners were generous enough to leave me the key to a brand new Lambo. Yo, what the fuck? But envious hobos tried to contest my prize. That didn't matter though, because I am superior to them. I was still bleeding heavily without bandages. But the infection didn't seem to be spreading. Maybe it worked. Time would tell. Taking floors is interesting, but have you tried borrowing windows? That's what I am doing right now. With my trunk fully loaded, I drove back to base, taking all I could carry. At the compound, I left Pamela to guard the entry. For Barry, that bastard, he just disappeared. I found a car I didn't care about, filled it up with gas, hooked up the trailer, and drove off to, yep, you guessed it, steal some dumpsters. I even had to fight hobos for them. The competition these days is crazy. Okay, dumpsters weren't the real goal, the Lambo was. Of course, I had to fight for it. That night, I had to spend it in my car. In the morning, I was woken up by some disrespectful zombie. It was time to get to work. I took anything that looked valuable, and yes, floors are valuable, and moved from house to house. Night came quickly, but I was still far from home, meaning another night spent in a car.
Yo, is that a Supra?
I'm starting to see a pattern. The better the car, the more hobos defend it. Anyways, I had no way of taking it back with me right now. It was time to head home, though the weather wasn't exactly ideal for a long drive. Back home, I couldn't just rest. There was work to be done. I upgraded the defenses a bit, unloaded the furniture and sorted some things before finally going to bed. At this point, I had even forgotten I'd been bitten. Woke up hungry. How much do I weigh? 69, come on, man. I'm trying to gain weight, not lose. I had a simple plan now. Power the gas station. I took a generator, transported it to the nearest station and left it there. So next time, I could easily get gas. Before filling up my newly acquired Lambo, I stopped by to pick some furniture for my house. With the tank full, I went searching for any useful items I had left behind in previous places. While driving around, I stumbled upon a train station that led me out of the city. I decided to follow the road, curious where it would lead me. It took me to a place I couldn't quite place. Was it a city, a village, or something else? I didn't know, but what I did know was that the hobos here were as fierce as the ones in Louisville. I fought them off, took everything valuable, and moved on to the next place. Same thing happened. Night crept in, and I ended up sleeping in my car. It wasn't a wise choice to explore dark buildings in the middle of the night. I hear zombies, fuck that shit, I'm out. Time to level up my long blade skills, I see. So I did what I do best. I jerked off. I mean killed zombies. Later I stumbled upon a place filled with valuable loot, though I knew it would slip my mind as soon as I moved on. Back in Louisville, I stopped at a diner, scrounged for scraps, but all I found was trouble. Okay, one by one I will kill you all. And almost another bite to the neck. Whew! I grabbed my shit and left that cursed place behind. No way. Back at the base, I put those dumpsters to good use and further improved the compound. Let's go to sleep. In the morning, I smoked my breakfast. 1000 kills, 1 month, 2 days alive, nice. I noticed an intruder. William, get the fuck away from here. Come out! So I kindly showed him the door. Another one showed up, Carol, and I decided he was the chosen one. Know what? I could use another survivor, but he declined my offer. So I declined his right to live, and off I went on another looting mission. Yeah, I know, very entertaining, right? Oh, and I found a cool truck. As always, go in, grab everything valuable, next building. Penetrate the walls, go in, grab everything valuable, rinse and repeat. On my way home, I decided to randomly check a warehouse. And it had exactly what I needed, canned food. I took what I could and continued on my journey back home. Before going to sleep, I made a few quick improvements to the compound. It was starting to look like a real base. The next day, I didn't do much. Just sorted out the loot, and before I knew it, night had already fallen. My compound was missing one thing, light. Only a small part of it was lit up, so I went searching for another generator. Conveniently, one was lying around in a nearby building. Guess that's what you get when you live near storage lots. I filled it up with gas and turned off unnecessary lights around the compound so the generator would last longer. Do I have any ropes so I can hang myself? It was just another boring day of doing chores around the base. I finished it off with a workout. Rise and shine in the middle of the fucking night. I wonder, do I have enough fuel to travel to the gas station with the bulldozer? I want to see how it works against forests. Oh, nice. I grabbed the bulldozer and filled it with gas. I had an idea. Okay, let's check that. Oh shit! Oh shit, man! I just need to get good enough speed for this to work. Activists hate me right now. I thought this bulldozer will be useless, but it is not. With the hardwood in the back, I returned to the base, sawed the logs, look at this mansion, and then went back to my house to finish the day reading books. A perfectly balanced day, I would say. A couple of days went by without me taking anything, so in the morning I went on a mission to collect some windows and other supplies. Fuck. When I came back home, guess what time it was? It was time for another house improvement. If any of you are still watching at this point, I must commend you, but fear not, the action is coming. Look at my mansion now. Tonight I'm going to sleep like a king. The next day I installed a water collection system, so I could have safe drinking water at home, and did some more upgrades around the base. I was getting bored, and then I remembered that cool military truck near the water, so with my eyes barely open I grabbed a throwaway vehicle and went to get it, picking up a trailer on the way. With the truck secured, I drove back to the compound. There were still some holes in the defense, but I had no metal bores left. Without them, I couldn't build metal walls. That's why I took my Lambo and went looking for scraps I might have left from my previous loot runs. I managed to find some stuff, but not enough. So I just started roaming around aimlessly. Soon I found an auto repair shop, but first I had to clear the place of zombies. Loot wasn't worth the trouble. I checked a few warehouses, but they had nothing useful. I wasn't ready to give up yet. That night I spent it in my car, because I knew I wanted to continue my search for metal bars the next morning. Then I remembered this warehouse. I drove inside, it was that big. I quickly grabbed what seemed the most valuable and headed home. On my way back, I passed the fire station and decided to tow the truck I had left there previously to the base. Now that I gathered some materials, I at least replaced the gates. After that, I went to sleep. This day was truly special. After this looting run, my playstyle would change forever. From my secret intel sources, Google, I discovered there was a military camp near the exit of the city. You know what that means. I gathered what was necessary for the journey and departed with haste. It took me nearly 4 hours to reach the place. I parked my truck on the driveway and went straight for the loot containers. What I found there was but a fraction of the riches this place held. I was free to unleash my ammo at this point. I looted till nightfall, and in the morning I continued. This was getting ridiculous. At one point, I had so much armor on me that I could barely walk, so I stripped it down to the essentials. This marked the first time I unequipped my helmet. Little did I know I had become Zombie Jesus. With the proper armor equipped, I continued my exploration of the camp. At one of the gates I was met by a band of fearless hobos. They clearly didn't know who they are starting a fight with. I obliterated them with ease. Beyond this gate I found nothing useful, so I turned around. Soon I stumbled upon another part of the camp. Just look at this madness. I spent another night in the truck. The loot kept me from going back to base. In the morning I continued my goblin adventures, and before I knew it, night came upon me again. Another night in the truck. In the morning I breached the gates and started to leave the area. As I was heading out, I noticed a survivor. Lacking manpower, I decided to lend her a helping hand. I mean, I could try to take her back with me. I geared her up and she immediately started blasting zombies like she had aimbot or something. This was a good investment. What kind of man would I be if I didn't test my guns on a horde of zombies, right? When I was done playing, I continued my drive back home. My truck was so loaded it could barely accelerate. This was a long drive. Back at the base, I handed everyone a gun. It is America after all. And then went to sleep knowing I was safe. In the morning I decided to move this big ass generator, but there was a problem. It was glitched. And I almost got crushed. That's why you probably shouldn't play with almost 200 mods installed. There were some cars I wanted to bring back to base, so I went to get another throwaway vehicle. Everything was going fine until I did this. I quickly realized this area wasn't as safe as I thought. Good thing I wasn't alone. What have I done? What have I done? I awakened the horde. Oh shit! What have I done? I forgot we are living in Louisville. Oh, Graham is coming to help. Just how many zombies there are in this building. The zombies were getting too close to the wall, so I had to bait them in the other direction, or all my efforts would have been for nothing. I tricked the zombies, grabbed more ammo, and met them at the entrance. The zombies are breaking the fences, I think. Everyone was missing, but at least the walls were still standing. It's not that bad, to be honest. One mistake led to this massacre. Out of nowhere, everyone started coming back. I told Pamela to pile the corpses, Annie to guard the place, and I myself went to sleep. This had been a very stressful day. When I woke up, I continued with my original goal. Brought the cars back to base. I wanted to test this pickup truck. It looked fast, but it was too fast for my laptop to handle. What the fuck, 90? But there was one more. I took this pile of trash, but the journey didn't last long. Judging from the way the car sounds, it's almost dead probably. I'm such a retard. I had to go on foot now. Run! It was a painful walk, that's all I have to say. Here it is. I love cars, what can I do? I know this one serves no purpose in a zombie apocalypse, but still. Oh, guess what I haven't done in a while? Yep, sorted stuff out. Okay, we have some unloading to do. With most of the things organized, it was time to put that wood to good use and strengthen our defenses. After all that work, I was too tired to even make it to my bed, so I slept on the couch. I was woken up by a very strange sound. It was a jet flying past. I had no clue what that meant, or if it was dangerous, so I stayed inside until it flew by. Then Graham started throwing a tantrum. He wasn't listening to my commands, and my patience was running thin. What an absolute moron! What an absolute moron. It was a bizarre morning. We got an intruder, but you know how kind I am. Who the fuck was that? Yo, I see now. So I politely asked him out. I was running low on fuel for the generator, which was a good reason for a quick drive to clear my mind. Right outside the base I spotted Annie. Annie, here you are, you fucking idiot. What was she even doing there, and where was the gun I gave her? Anyways, I took her with me. Remember how I said I sorted most of the stuff? Yeah, well, I hadn't touched the military camp loot yet. Time to do exactly that. While I've been busy working these past few days, I had eaten most of my food, and those guns were itching for action. So I came to the conclusion that it was time for a small adventure, and I took Annie along for the ride. Close to my base I spotted a citizen in danger, so I stopped to help him and invited him to join us. Then Annie decided to throw a tantrum. While helping that poor survivor, I might have attracted a few zombies. Yeah, I'm clearly not learning from my mistakes. Zombies were coming from every corner and I was forced to fall back. Oh my god, I think Debbie's dead. When I started backing up, I had no clue this would spiral so far that we even reached my base. Everyone started coming out to help. This situation was getting out of control. How many zombies? Oh my god, what have I done? But they had no chance. I basically had unlimited ammo. Finally, the horde was stopped. I killed the remaining zombies near my truck and continued my mission. I soon arrived at a nearby food market. I quickly cleared out the competition and started loading the truck. At the back of the building was a storage room that had even more food, but it was getting dark. I didn't want to get bitten, so I decided to sleep in the truck and continue looting in the morning. But some fool woke me up in the middle of the night, and I didn't have any sleeping pills on me. I was forced to head home. All these dead bodies were making it hard to drive around here. Since I wasn't sleepy anymore, upon returning to the base I realized how little space I had left due to all the cars cluttering the space. Thus I embarked on a new project, an open garage made from this very building. I tore it all down, and of course cleaned up the mess afterwards. With the last car parked in its new home, I finally had some much needed breathing room. Using all the metal I had scavenged from dismantling the junk, I got to work fixing up some of my cars. What a well-deserved rest this was. After a quick workout, I went to sleep. Now you may think the walls were done by this point, but not in my book. I grabbed my bulldozer and headed to the park to tear down a few trees. What a satisfying task that was. I gathered all I could, but it wasn't nearly enough, so I grabbed the truck and a trailer to haul even more logs. It took me the rest of the day to collect logs. These tasks were becoming far too repetitive and boring. Something had to change. To be honest, I just want chaos now. But first, I went to sleep. In the morning, I grabbed some guns and ammo, and almost rolled over. I picked up a random spot, got out of the vehicle, and started blasting zombies for no reason at all. There is something incredibly satisfying about blasting these zombies with guns. Once I had enough, I checked the damage I had caused. It was enough to make my frame rate drop. Happy and content, I made my way back home. There was still some daylight left, so I used the logs I gathered to build up my compound. During the process, I nearly died. Nobody saw anything, alright? Now this base was starting to look like a real compound. An idea popped into my head, but I won't tell you about it just yet. I knew there was a bus close to the base, so I went to grab it. The question is, can I modify this one? Okay. Are you kidding me? This bus would come in handy later, but I got distracted by a sports car. Yeah, I like cars, so I took this one back to base first. My PC can't handle cars going that fast in this game. After that, I came back for the bus. I have big plans for this one. Once again, I was running out of space, so I said fuck it and destroyed the entire first floor of this building to turn it into a massive garage. After ripping everything apart, it was time to clean up the mess. It came out quite good, though I was missing floor tiles to finish it up. And don't even ask me where those 2 cars came from. I was pretty damn pleased with how everything turned out. Nice, the collection is growing. If you want to see how this adventure continues, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Thanks for sticking around till the end.